London-based British American Tobacco is one of the world's largest cigarette companies. It was formed by the merger of Rothmans and Rembrandt, a tobacco empire founded by Anton Rupert over 70 years ago. It's got a market capitalization of 802 billion rand, and its major brands are Kent, Dunhill, Lucky Strike and Pall Mall. It trades at a historic price-to-earnings ratio of 20. Do you like BAT?
Not at all. For me, one of the worst stocks you could possibly consider buying. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for that. I always do, because people say, well, look how well it's done over the years. But for me, the question is, when you give your capital to a company, you are effectively contributing your capital to them to fund their future growth. Great success story. I mean, as you said, they're founded in the UK. The Rupert family empire, Rembrandt, then merged in 1999. Fantastic company, operates in like 180 countries. It's got these 4 brands that they're kind of rolling out, and there's a big sort of brand affinity issue. But for me, there are serious health concerns around cigarettes, obviously. And as a result of that, there are sin tax issues. And as a result of that, of course, there are issues about what their margins will be. And there's declining consumption around the world.
All this from somebody who only drinks 2 beers a week.
Yes.
2 beers a week. So
and
he's
no
not
cigarettes a week.
Exactly. So he's not going to like this stock right off the top. And as he says, he's always getting flack for it.
I couldn't help myself. I had a puff last week at a braai, so I can't speak from the moral high ground, but I can certainly say that despite the trouble, the social issue with BAT for the discerning investor, they've been growing revenues, they've been growing product volumes, and based on my calculation using the current sterling rand exchange rate, the dividend yield will be around 4.5% this year. So for investors,
the dividend yield will be around about 4.5%.
It's on a 20 price to earnings ratio, and it's only got a dividend of 4%. For an industry like this, which is basically in terminal decline, because let's face it, there's still stupid people in the emerging markets. There's still stupid people in the developed world, clearly. But the number of people who smoke in countries like Sweden and the UK and the US and so on declines every year. So they're only succeeding because of the growth in these other markets. And for me, I wouldn't buy this thing unless it was on a 20% dividend
but
yield.
British American Tobacco, look at the graph. Paul, are you crazy? You have not invested in this stock. What is wrong with you?
Just to add something else there, Bronwyn, just on account of the woes in Europe, I couldn't resist noting this from their financial report in terms of their Lucky Strike brand, up 26% in Germany, Spain and France. So just to put a boot on what's happening in Europe, the Europeans are smoking at faster rates than anywhere else in the world.
Come on, we've got to convince you on this story. The graph speaks for itself.
No, but look, where will we be in 10 years' time? I mean, for me, you want to buy stocks that you can put away in the portfolio and forget about. In 10 years' time, I have no doubt that smoking will be legal everywhere other than in a glass box where you have to supply your own oxygen.
An industry in terminal decline. Do you think so, Warren?
Well, no, I think they said that they're one of the top 5 spenders in research and development in the UK, and they're even developing something called smokeless tobacco. So you can literally go back to smoking in the office again, and they're taking the harmful chemicals away from their cigarettes and keeping it concentrated on nicotine.
See, maneuvering the industry.
But you know,
hot or not?
No, not hot. I mean, you know, the smokeless thing, it's all nicotine, and nicotine's addictive and bad for you, so avoid.
Not hot. Warren, BAT.
For smokers, this is definitely a share to buy.